Hi, and hey, so local DnD gamer, Loremaster, as I would kinda call myself. I I wanted to small reaction and small little analysis of new Baldur's Gate tier list teaser, especially that premiere is incoming very soon, PM. And I've played D&D games almost all my life. D&D is like a big passion of me. I have like bunch of books, D&D novels, D&D player books. I'm greatly familiar with like 3rd edition, 3.5, 4th, 5th edition, um, bunch of lore. I've read bunch of novels, bunch of player books. I love Forgotten Realms. Like Neverwinter Night is my like top one game of all times. I played Icewind Dale, I played Planescape Torment, I played Baldur's Gate 1, although I never finished. But I know in general, I have to play Baldur's Gate 2 before release, and I want to do a small reaction analysis, like maybe share some, well, of my knowledge and what I spotted or can detect. Like for example, I just saw like skin of Flying Cat and I'm happy because I remember in books that there was mention of like on some like market of like Flying Cat, and it wasn't described that if Flying Cat has wings or they just can fly magically, but there are flying house cats in D&D. Okay, let's start. There's gonna be pausing a lot, so. Lion Studio, which we know from Divinity Original Sin, Divinity Original Sin 2, which are good games. Not my type of tea exactly. I like Divinity Original Sin 2 more than 1, but it's very specific RPG. It's not bad, it's... I don't know, I'm not biggest fan of like combat mechanic. I played also Solasta from like games based on D&D mechanic. I like that they... Okay, I guess it's like Tiefling Barbarian Warrior. I like the Burning Scars, not gonna lie. Oh my god, I'm gonna probably like analyze everything. Dracolish, I would say. And you can still see some body parts. Oh, zombie. Yeah, usually Dracolish are like fully bones, but I see they left a little bit of meat here. Of course, ithllids. And as I understand, like, we are kind of like failed experiment or half ithlid, how we are called, because usually how ithlid are produced. This is like alienish race. Basically, from they have their own spaceships, they travel to the planets, etc. And the cycle of life is that they pick up this little parasite, they put it through your eye, it's gonna eat your brain, and then you're gonna transform into ithlid. I remember dwarves being immune to that, so I wonder what's gonna be explanation that they try to do it with dwarves. There's a bunch of abominations that ithllids made with the parasites. You can change beholder or dragon into like tentacle monster, but usually you became ithlid. When you die, your brain is put into like this giant overseer brain, and your memories and everything you know is like being, well, taken by the hive. And at the end you can be like a big brain. So basically parasitic race, they are psionics, they control slaves by with power of their mind. Just like related to story of the Draugas, which were slaves, but they've at the end were slightly more immune to being changed, and they raised against them. The same with githyanki, or Gith, which later became githyanki and githerazi. Because our companion is githyanki, fighter. And that's very interesting because usually in games like Planescape Torment or Neverwinter Night 2, we have allies as githerazi, and then we fight githyanki, like in main campaign of Neverwinter Night 2. Basically the same race. They were one race which was like enslaved by ithllids by thousands of years, then like Gith rebellion, and then they split into two factions. Yankee are like, I don't know, orcs, kinda orcs from WoW, or I don't know, Hurdur, big fight. Have to more aggressive, more they have more like fighting opportunities. They are warriors, and githerazi are like monks, meditating, peace, and all of that. But they both hate Italy.
Few mortals ever.
That has to be like spaceship of ithllids, or maybe something else. If I remember, the ships look kinda different. So
What you're about to see.
this has to be Temple of Mista or something symbolizing Mista because of the 8 star with 8 corners and this little sun. Or maybe Latanda, I could be wrong, but if I remember Mistra has like star with 8 ends. I have to see. But I'm pretty sure it's either Mistra or Latanda because Latanda is like book God of Dawn. Sorry, my Polish taped. Oops. I have under 8 like Sick of 8. No, the Kaiden Citadel of 8. That could be Citadel of 8 actually, funded by Mordekainen. But I remember that star with 8 symbols was like... My god, what goddess? So I'm pretty sure it was Mistra. No, Mistra had 7. No. If I remember correctly, like basically symbol of Mistra is like ring of 8 stars. So I'm gonna show you actually. So I was close. Okay, sorry for that. I think it's Mistra. Okay, that's...
Few mortals
Sorry
ever
for that.
glimpse what you're about to see.
Looks nicely done. Gives me very much... You're going on adventure vibe. Has to be Underdark, although it's very light for Underdark. But I love how the mushrooms look like.
Alarm?
Love the house cat. It looks like little griffon with those wings. And gives me Harry Potter vibe because of this letter next to him. And I wonder if this is like the average house cat in D&D that can fly. Because it's like minor known fact that you have like flying cats in D&D house cats. There may be some like other fishes. This is flamf. Oh my god. Flamf, but it's
Here.
Beholder.
But don't be alarmed.
I wonder if they did this because he's like a lamp or something, because lamps are like only like good creatures in Underdark. Or yes, lawful good basically. They are pretty funny creatures. They act to like evil energy or evil entity, if I remember. And they are generally like white with blue tentacles or like yellow with blue tentacles. This is how flamps look like most of the time. Yeah, they look way more cute in 5th edition. And advanced knowledge of philosophy of the subjects feed on psionic energy. A bullet kit band flare. They are very sensitive to evil thoughts and felt the need to share them as quickly as possible with any good creature. And flamf glow colors. Okay, so that was angry flamf. And I remember that they can change colors based on combat or the emotion. So pink amusement, blue sadness, green curiosity, and anger. Okay, so that's angry flamf. Interesting.
I'm here with you.
Beholder. Interesting take. I still think about Beholders from Neverwinter or other D&D games. It looks very alienish, spacecraftish. I like it. I like the Wrath of Thief. Like Dobu. It's funny because Beholder is kind of produced by dreaming. When one Beholder dreams about another Beholder, this Beholder comes to life. Very funny process actually. Wrath. Wow. And that's our Githyanki warrior. Fighter, I mean, which is gonna be our companion. And I can only guess this is avatar of Yankee deity, maybe Give herself. I don't know. I don't think Give ascended actually. So sorry for the skin. This is my like streaming setup. But I don't remember that Githyanki had like deities actually. They are raised kid, but diet omnivore. Okay, I was searching for deity. Those Githyanki lawful evil, yes, they are very like... They are like the angsty side of Give, actually. But I don't remember them having like deities, actually, which was very interesting. And I thought that it was Githyanki, which live in the... One of those usually like took places or lived in like dead gods' bodies. I think it was Githyanki or Gith. I don't know if that's like Gith Avatar or some reference.
Now, open your eyes.
Okay, so we have possible romances and oh, that's cute. What I can say to like some people like maybe complaining about like some forced romances, like that's not like in D&D or it's not like lore accurate. Well, it is. I mean, even like main god of half elves is like kinda hermaphrodite, kinda like it's hard to specific to him, but in all newer books, but generally even in older books, when you read then there's norm, like like homosexuals or like gay relationships or others aren't like treated as bad as I don't know in our medieval world, I would say. Like in dwarves, in the community, for example, in Underdark, it's common, especially in surface races too. Like in newer books, we have also some relationships mentioned, like one gendered relationships, and everyone is like, oh, okay, fine. And not like they are prosecuted or anything. It's like, okay, like average thing, I would say. And it's nice to always have this option. Like, I remember, like, oh my god, I think BioWare started with those romances. Although no, first game that was like gay marriage was like Fallout 2, by the way. And I feel like back in the days people didn't care really because you had like same-sex romance or marriage in Fable 1 from 2005, KOTOR, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2003, I think, Winter Night 2, Great Empire, like bunch of old school RPGs. And then we can go to newer like Mass Effect, Dragon Age, etc. And it's always optional, like no one is forcing you to have a romance. I liked, okay, this is another part, but it's about tieflings here. I like that they didn't just make pretty tieflings, aka we look like human but we have horns. Or a little bit of like more red skin and tail, optionally. But it looks almost like if he had angel wings, or celestial wings, I would say. And they were like torn apart, or like not grown, or ingrown. Even the spine, I love how tieflings are looking more demonic, actually. And I remember seeing like from upfront, tiefling, Baldur's Gate 3, from some skin. It also had like this empty, almost like mark or scar here. It looks so cool. Okay, big bad evil guy. Wait. So many screens. Don't know her. Probably big one evil guy. I like armor though. Dragon. Or Dragonborn, I mean. Looks like merchant goblin. Fancy hat. This is Glaberezu, right? But which one? I think this is the one which Dwarf made and have babies with. Often, which are called Dagelots. And they are like canine, and I recognize because they have like 4 arms on the side. Or it was random fiend maybe. But I guess demon more actually.
You are the chosen one.
And the Mark of Baal, because of we have to have reference to Baldur's Gate previous ones. In Baldur's Gate 1, finished with that there's like hundreds of tiles of Baal, because Time of Avatars was funny period of time in D&D. I think it was when 3rd edition was released. And like, was like angry at the gods, he threw them away on the Forgotten Realms, and the gods were walking among mortals, some died, some fight against each other, a lot of people like lost magic, a lot of people lost disciple-like powers. Mystra was killed because she tried to stick up to, you know, magic and killed her. And Bal, meanwhile, like, was fucked and have bunch of babies. So I guess if, I don't know, maybe, no, Bal had hundreds and hundreds of babies. I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know, our main character is kind of Bal, like in Baldur's Gate 1, and that's why we are immune to ithlid transformation. Or every one of our companion could be if we go that far with this. But interesting nonetheless. And you know, I played the hell out of Solasta. Not stickers. Although it looks nice. Origin character sheets. This is what I would like. Or map. Ugh. I'm interested. I am. And that's all. Expectations. I just hope it's not gonna be Divinity Original Sin 3. And they just like have some Baldur's Gate reference. I hope it's gonna be like D&D experience. I'm kinda worried. But you'll see how they're gonna apply 5th edition. Anyway, thank you for being here. I have like mixed expectations. I don't want to overhype because what happened with Diablo 4 and Cyberpunk and bunch of games. But this game was in development since like forever. It was in early access, what, 3-4 years now? But I need some good D&D game, new one. I wonder what's your thoughts. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Nighty.